Aloha hoku ohana. Thank you so much for joining me here for your very exciting message. The first message is all about nature does not rush, yet everything is still accomplished. And you are about to grow at a rate that has been unheard of up until now. And the other message is that trees do not announce their growth. Silence is its own transmission. Not only are you about to witness how expansive, okay, because that's the first message, expansion. Let me go ahead and get it up. Here you have it. Expansion. The portal is 999, so you've definitely released the law in order to be able to grow into this new aspect of self. I'm seeing you guys blossom into your highest self in physical form. And also another message that was coming through is that we're all organisms going through our own journey of evolution, and this is just a universal law in which we're all abiding by, but there's something about you're literally ascending into the highest octave or expression of yourself, the most expansive version of yourself. I'm hearing that's now allowing your most expansive timelines to also collapse around you, but there's something around others responding to your growth, and I'm hearing the universe is responding to your growth. Like your reality is literally going to be a mirror, because I'm seeing you literally grow. I'm seeing something surge as well. Anyway, the message was, okay, look at this, right? We have expansion and we have the void. So the void is the emptiness. The void is the nothingness. The void is, this is unannounced. The void is, this is not, what's the word? It's like not even like you have to introduce or explain your growth. It's something that's being experienced and witnessed, not just by you, but also those around you. And, it's so like, I can't just not even explain the feeling that I had when I freaking pulled these cards. Anyway, look at this, right? I'll go ahead and read the void to you first and foremost. The void says, this is empty space. Can you handle it? And I feel like you've made so much room, and that's why this growth is coming in. Like you've definitely gone through the end of a cycle, and we're going to talk about that with Anunnaki light codes. But this basically says no answer, no energy, no message. And I'm hearing this is like the quiet before the storm, but you are the storm. And you know how we talk about like, you know, the storms of life's changes, you know, it's like you are the change in not just your life, but also I'm hearing many around you, but it's like you're changing, you're growing, right? And growth over time leads to evolution. And this has been silently happening again. It's like your silence has been its own transmission. I feel like your silence is also speaking 1,000 words, right? That's also another energy. Your silence is speaking 1,000 words. And it's definitely deafening. This is like a deafening kind of growth. Okay, so no answer, no energy, no message. There is nothing. And at the same time, it's like a paradox of silence. I'm hearing, this is almost like a microphone drop moment for sure, because I'm hearing this is when you can hear the pin drop. It can sound louder than 1,000 words, opening the possibility of the whole. And there's something about, I'm hearing a new expansive network, because I'm seeing trees branches are like 7th house energy. So this could be like new contracts coming in. It could be new alliances, just new partnerships. Some of you as clients in the marketplace, right? When we talk about 7th house, this could be romance. It could be friendships, but that's like what's going on with the branches is what I'm seeing. It's like that's blossoming, right? What happens on the branch? Usually something ends up growing. And, then you have like 11th house, which is like the networks that happen, which is the intercommunication between these different trees. And I feel like there's something that's going to be going on. Oh, definitely, because you have the star card. Definitely. Oh. I completely forgot I pulled these cards. Okay, hold up, guys. This is just too good. Okay. So in order to get to this point, you definitely went through a reordering or realignment. You have the star card, which again is 11th house energy. It's Aquarius energy, right? So this is like a wish come true. It's where your internal wishes and desires are being met in the external realm. And this is like the expansive networks that grow from contract. 7th house energy, right? If you know 7th house, it's all to do with contracts. And this is something that you were always contracted to do. I'm hearing this growing phase for you was actually, it's part of like your soul contract. They're showing me the soul covenant energy. So this was in an alignment with your highest self's intentions when incarnating into this terrestrial plane. So there's something around like this growth was something that was it was contracted. Okay, it was contracted on a soul level. And I'm hearing there's new alignments on a cellular level that you're being connected to, as far as new nucleuses of a family, like people that are in resonance, and opportunities that are in resonance with this new expansion that's happening. It does remind me of the secure tree reading that we did, and I spoke about this ages ago, actually. I've been trying to find that, so I'll go ahead and read some messages from there. But we also have chaos and conflict. So chaos and conflict talks about a secret reordering of things, and I'm hearing the pronounced energy. Okay, so this is like very strong and established energy in your life of chaos before a reordering of things. So there's something about there is and has been always a cosmos within what appeared to be chaotic. It does feel like an old paradigm is literally collapsing around you and dissolving. And this could be like old versions of self-belief systems that are just, I'm hearing, subject to an old reality and not this new one. So I'm definitely seeing you go through like a huge overhaul where it's like, it does feel like you're being reborn to a new level of consciousness. And we'll go ahead and read this with Anunnaki light codes as well. Sorry guys, I'm just being aware of the time because I have to go soon. So we have leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. Okay, so you may feel like you have to go soon. You are definitely going to be caught. We have share your song, diving deep, the frequency of sound. So there is something that you're definitely diving deep into. It could be a new experience. I'm hearing it's something that you feel like you're being submerged into, though, in terms of like a new reality. If you think about it, going under the water and diving deep, there's almost like a new level of pressure. I feel like that's being added, but I'm hearing that pressure does create diamonds. And if I'm hearing like pressure cooker as well, and that definitely reminds me of Pluto energy. So this is like an unavoidable transformation that you're going through. Again, it's all part of the I'm hearing like trees growth. It was all part of your growth. And I was also hearing something about an atmosphere as well, with that being under the water. It's like you're kind of being immersed into a new atmosphere, into a new experience. Oh yeah, and this was another energy with the expansion and the void, right? I was seeing you kind of look as you're being plunged into this new atmosphere, right? As you're diving deep. I'm literally seeing you kind of look, double take at yourself, and this is what I was seeing before this, before I turned on the camera. I was like seeing somebody like refresh something and they're like, whoa, it's almost like a pinch me on my dreaming moment. And then I also saw other people around you like double take, and other people like, didn't he just, and then she's here or he's here. That's what I'm seeing. It's like definitely a quantum leap energy for sure. And then we have the Anunnaki light codes, which is about the end of a cycle. So I'll go ahead and read this. This card, it talks about new information and energetic shifts that are going to be occurring. And there's definitely a lot that's going to be, let's just say, happening. But I see your higher self bleeding into every single aspect of your life. What just fell was black body, and then also what else? Aurora Polaris, which talks about the magic of life, and you kind of literally being infused and absorbing that magic in a way that cannot not really be explained. Okay, so this says great change is coming to you, but this can only occur if you're willing to shift your perception. You may be experiencing resistance to change, but please know this is simply fear of the new, not intuition. If you're wondering what is the best course of action, the Anunnaki are encouraging you to go with the new. And a huge energy that I was receiving for you as well is like, there's a difference when it comes to, I'm hearing that fear that's arising. It's something that's subject to this realm and the illusion of there being fear, but innately who you are with Aurora Polaris, there you don't experience fear. Like, you don't necessarily know what fear is, so you just hold space for it. So there's something about holding space for yourself, all those emotions. This is like a huge bird. This is a huge crow. Crows are like 7 of swords energy as well, so there's something about preparing for a change, right? And also 7 of swords moves in silence too, right? This is usually someone that does something. Again, it's like Aquarius energy, so it's like major expansion. If you think about Uranus energy, it's like huge destabilization that becomes your biggest catalyst of transformation. Anyway, old systems, old ways of being, the old ways of doing things must be released if you are to evolve. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you're evolving, which means that you're growing, which means that you're changing, right? Anyway, change can bring a sense of vulnerability, but again, this vulnerability is going to be the only bridge to connection. Okay, it's a connecting point. I'm hearing every time you kind of choose to have fear take over your organism, right, which really paralyzes you if you think about it, in a state of analysis paralysis, you disconnect from your higher self every time. So there's something about coming back online, right? Every time you have that fear, it means you're coming offline, right? And every time you begin to embrace that energy and you choose that love, which is still being open and I'm hearing receptive to these more expansive qualities within, that's going to expand your life in new ways without. Because I'm seeing like once a tree, from a tree's perspective, once they grow, it's like they can see so much more on the horizon, and there's something around that, like actually being able to see that for yourself. But yeah, but will allow you to make a deeper connection to your feelings, gifts, and what is important to you. You're standing at the gateway of pure potential that will be ignited as soon as you move through this necessary change. Be open to new information, new processes, new ideas. You're part of the new energy upon the earth. And there's something about, I have to mention this as well, because they keep saying be so rooted like a tree, right? Anchor your roots down into the earth, to the point where nobody's presence or absence will disrupt you, because there's something around your change is not hurting you, but it's your resistance to change. And this could be because of how you're being perceived, okay, or how you're going to be perceived. And for a lot of you, this is definitely in regards to family. It definitely could be in regards to just, things ancestrally that were coming up as well. Let me just get the astral message from last night. So I saw there being a healing that was taking place in parallel timelines, and you guys definitely felt like a misfit, or you felt misunderstood, and you were showing others their wounds by holding space, not just for them and their own fear, but holding space for yourself. And you were healing these different chakra points, especially the crown, which is about the connection that you have to your higher self, right? Which leads you into the 8th chakra, which is about the connection that you have to source. And people didn't really realize you, especially within your bloodline, like how wounded they were or how much of a dissonance they were when it comes to that connection to their higher self, until you touch that essence of them. And there's something about you're about to touch so many, just going through this profound growth just through observation. That's like a huge energy. And then in the end, what happened? There was a reconnection that happened. It was like you realize that, how do I put this? You can see everyone, especially with a crown, as other light beings, and how well they can, I'm hearing, be seated in that light, be seated in that knowing, and knowing that what may be just words of truth to you is that everyone, including your family, okay, including your family or all individual organisms, going through their own journey of evolution. And there is something around your growth. I'm hearing this catalyst, actually. It's not even just a growth, it's like a catalyst. May make others, I'm seeing like you're invoking basically a lot of emotions from others, but it's mainly because you're not reinforcing the same systems. It's like you're no longer reinforcing the same networks, right? That were once in resonance of where you've kept yourself small. And I'm hearing it's inevitable for the seed to germinate. And it's inevitable for that seed, if put under the right circumstances and environments and conditions, which is how I'm hearing you've been like releasing old conditioning and creating a new environment for yourself, which is your mind. Where I'm hearing you've housed this seed, which is you, and I'm seeing like this environment also be the earth in which you've been seeded onto. Oh, you're a seed. Oh, and you've germinated. Oh, and you're about to grow. And I'm hearing as you grow, you're also outgrowing. Clarification, right? Okay. I have to get going. I have something to do today that's really important. So I'm gonna go and do that. I'm gonna love and leave you guys right there. I just had to get this message out before I went, and yes, trust that it is. I trust that you have received everything that you need at this stage in your journey. I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. If you're not already subscribed to the channel on Instagram for future reads, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. And I will speak to you very, very soon. You also have discount codes of Otter Spirits, AAA grade jewelry for all of your manifestation needs. And until next time, bye!